But holy shit, the entire Gilmore Girls writing group is on crack.
Yep.
Good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. Yes, we are here to review the latest episode of STD. And what does that chick say in Mass Effect Andromeda? My face is tired, Commander. Well,
We're all not there. God damn it.
How did Bird describe this episode?
My brain is broken.
My brain is broken.
I described this episode with 2 seconds in grabbing the whiskey. That's what I described.
True statement. True statement. I Irised up my coffee for this.
I needed some vodka in my Dr. Pepper. Good morning, Kronos Project Achibia, Dave G. Sound, Derek McManus, Chris Persia, the wrench of wrenches. What you just watched is what we call Drek.
Yep.
Darth Astor, Speaker for the Dead, Adega, Outlaw, the Doctor of Disaster and Destruction, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Lord Thoth. I'm just Lady Miss, the Guardian of the Void, Martin Orlando. Oh, look, there's Rambling Canuck and Rambling Canucks here. My brain is broken, fried. Sit room. Good morning, everyone. Gun Bunny. I don't know if I saw Psychodorp in here earlier. He is.
Yeah, he's here.
Derek McManus, Dave G. Sound. Mark the Infinitely Tired. Guys, this is. I don't know. I don't know how to quantify this into words. The dumbest shit I've ever seen. And I'm sure they're gonna. Go ahead, Bird.
In previous Discovery episodes, I would look and you could find something, a quiver, a little sliver of something, slightly redeeming, slightly interesting, possibly even slightly Star Trek-ish. There is nothing. There is nothing here. It is just an empty pot with nothing inside it that resembles Star Trek in any way whatsoever, and it's not even good sci-fi as sci-fi goes.
This episode's got the dumb.
There is no Star Trek in this.
They're on life support, and they've got the dumb, and they got it bad. Oh my god!
And good morning, Jedi Bill. Good morning, Mexican Iron Man. It's broke my brain. I'm with Bird.
It's like I went to the store to buy, I don't know, a computer, and I ended up getting a tattoo across my face
of a Mac.
Stupid. No, not even a Mac. Just as stupid. And an arrow on my nose pointing up to my brain. That's what happened. I don't know how it happened, but that's what happened.
We also got to learn that Michael Burnham can fall up.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And she fell up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even that isn't that it? Even when she's falling, she's rising.
Yep.
Oh God.
She just needed to go boom, and it could have added some highlights to this, but no. Sadly, no.
I think the scene where she fell ended up falling up. I think that was supposed to be that like picture of those staircases and all the dimensions. You know what I'm talking about? The famous.
Yes.
I think that's what they intended it to look like, but then they realized they couldn't make that effect, and so they just put regular staircases. And she ended up falling up because it was still part of the script.
Ugh. I've got your thumbnail for next week. It's got to have a cemetery and a tombstone. And all you need to do is put Saru on it. Because I don't think he's making out of that motherfucker alive.
No.
Just saying.
how do you? Can any of you describe in words what we just watched? Because I can't.
Nonsense. Pure,
Yeah.
utter nonsense.
Thanks, Dave Bob. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like.
Oh wait, I think I got it. Blah blah blah. Take a drink. Blah 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 blah. Take a drink. There we go. Got it. Oh, and we had more feelings in like every
Oh,
Feelings in
hallway,
engineering.
the first
engineering, back rooms, hallways, staircases, fucking.
Stamets is slipping the doc the tongue in the first 5 minutes. They're crying, and I don't want you to go. I'm going. Burnham and Tilly are there. There's a spot on the captain's chair. It's within the first 5 minutes of the show. They are defying orders, making love in the engineering, talking sweetly in hallways, crying in the bathroom that you've never seen on the ship. The janitor's closet is ripe with tears and anguish as Burnham has to leave the ship and go on a mission. They'll never be safe again because Burnham's not on the ship.
I don't.
And Saru leaves Tilly in charge.
Oh yeah, and then she automatically
They're
gets
still
referred to
calling
as
ensign.
captain. No, they call her captain throughout the entire episode.
Well, once she took command, yeah. Once Rue left, she was captain, but she was like, "I'm going to leave my number one, Ensign Tilly."
Yeah.
Either she's your number one or she's Ensign Tilly.
Yeah.
And they paged Ensign Tilly to the bridge. Like, well, how about first officer?
Yep.
That Admiral Vance, who can communicate at long distances without issue again this
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Looks at Saru like he's nuts. And like, oh, my new number one, Ensign Tilly. Vance is
Who a
like,
lieutenant ordered to report to the bridge in this episode, by the way. A lieutenant ordered the captain to report to the bridge because she's an ensign. Bird,
Yo,
you get to review DS9.
yeah.
I hate you.
I mean, nothing's stopping you from reviewing it if you wanted to.
Oh, God help me. God help me. They put it. Yeah, like a speaker. Brian just found out. Oh, God, Brian just found out.
Welcome to our world.
Thanks for joining in, speaker.
They put an ensign in command. Yeah, Captain Kelly.
Kelly.
Not the
Now in
rank, but it's the
command,
title.
acting first officer.
Oh. Yeah, first officer. She's the first officer speaker.
Yeah, and the whole crew rallied up and cheered her on to take the promotion.
They told her, they were like, please, Tilly, take it. We want you to have it. We want you to overstep all of us who have been here longer and have more experience. We'd love to take commands from you, Tilly.
Psycho Dwarf 9 with a $5 super chat. Star Trek for the emotionally broken and stupid and infantile and score! Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, and
Hey, that's the first part of Star Trek I've seen all day.
I wouldn't put Tilly in charge of a rowboat. Well, at one point I thought they were putting her in charge of the mess. Captain reports the mess immediately.
Well, no, because then they'd be all out of food supplies within like 4 hours.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Yodam Darkstar. Yeah, let's slip the dogs of war. You've got Orions in this episode. You've got Endorians. You've got Kelpians. And guess what, everyone? We finally find out what caused the burn. And it is
Wait,
more
contrived. Before you get there, remember they turned the doctor dude into a Bajoran.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Trust me. I'm not going to tell everybody how the burn happens yet. We're going to save that. That's the
Save that for
cherry.
last. That's the best part.
That's the cherry on top of this shit pie that we just watched. I'm just saying, it's even more contrived and pointless and stupid than we gave them too much credit. Here we were thinking this was some dastardly deed by the Federation. This is some underhanded move by the Federation. The Federation's the bad guys. The Admiral in Starfleet knows what's going on. Oh, wow. We gave them way too much credit. They definitely subverted our expectations.
I think the dumb is strong with these ones.
Yeah, big time.
And we get a whole planet of dilithium. A whole planet.
Well, except for the chunks that Tilly took a bite out of. But yeah,
I am absolutely positively blown away at the arrogance and stupidity of the writers' room at CBS. So
I think there was a lot of re-editing of this episode.
Oh yeah,
this episode was originally titled "The Citadel," and then they changed it for some reason.
Huh.
What did you see that? Did you see? Remember when I paused the episode? So, ladies and gentlemen, towards the end of this episode, I paused it and I rewound it, and I think Canuck thought I was like, or I don't know, it was either Canuck or Bird. We're like, no, Loki, it's this, and I was like, no, it wasn't that.
Don't try to think about it.
Yeah, don't try and think about it because it doesn't make any sense anyway. But there's a scene where you see Tilly, and then you see her in another scene in the captain's chair, and her hair's different. It's like they've got her hair done in a different way, and it's like 1 minute you see her one way, and then the next minute, for just like 2 seconds, you see her in the captain's chair, and her hair's different.
Yeah, I noticed that
what
too.
The hell? What did they just clip that from another?
Yeah, so this is edited and re-edited this episode.
Just a little continuity glitch.
Yep.
What the F happened that they were like, well, we've got to completely rewrite this?
They had 3 co-stars for this show and Tilly ate them.
Okay, I can accept that. That makes more sense. I don't know anyone who's ever written anything besides this writer's room. I think would do a better job at writing.
I've written better fan fiction than this.
Yeah, we are now dumber having listened to STD.
Yeah.
Well, I'm drunker, that's for sure.
You were sober 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well, Mark, the only positive to that was killing Burnham. They killed Burnham. We watched Burnham die, stabbed through the chest by Giorgio.
Yeah, that was the only saving grace last week.
Yeah.
This week there is absolutely
nothing.
Have I ever given an episode a 0?
No, not yet.
That changes today.
Yep.
I can't give this a number rating.
Yeah.
I'm going. I don't know what it's going to be, but it ain't going to be a number rating. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm looking forward to Picard. Holy shit.
What?
Canuck, you lose. You lose because I'm looking forward to Picard.
It's a Christmas miracle.
No, Loki. I play the long game. I never lose.
And speaking for the dead, I wasn't aware dilithium was explosive. It regulates matter-antimatter reactions. At least, no, it's a power source now, Speaker. It's a power source that powers starships now.
Apparently, and it's highly radioactive.
Yeah.
And to hell with micro singularities powering starships. The only way you can power a starship is with a dilithium crystal. That's your power source.
And aren't these idiots getting around just a little bit too conveniently for everybody else? Like everybody else is supposed, like nobody's supposed to be able to travel, but the bad guy in this show can travel so damn convenient, almost as convenient as freaking Discovery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's because there happened to be a hyperspace terminal there.
Yeah, but I thought we were in Trek, not Star Wars.
Yeah, the writers don't know the difference.
Clearly.
And Psychodorf 9 with a $5 super chat. Can they do an Aeon Flux and kill Mikey Spock every week? Oh, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
First kill right here. Just for you, Psychodorf 9. Skull!
Go!
This is your brain on STD. Any questions?
Brilliant.
I'd rather watch that than what I just watched
Amen.
all day long.
I'm shocked.
At this point, I'd rather watch Code of Honor. I didn't like that in TNG episode. Just saying.
Why doesn't Burnham just use the morphing grid to reboot the universe while we're mixing shit in the right? Yeah. Oh yeah. See that. I can see that.
I don't think
Michael Burnham.
But they already they already have the morphing Power Ranger ship. Book controls it.
Yeah.
Bloody fucking hell.
Yeah, more
honestly, at this point, I don't even think Q could straighten this shit out.
I found where they got the idea for that ship. Tron. Remember in the original Tron when that tank thing got hit and it would like break up and then reform?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Sentinel things that would fly around, that one that Flynn was in kept getting hit and like breaking up and then reforming.
Motivator or something.
Yeah.
I'm awake, Kronos. It's just my brain that's dead.
Only thing they're missing is a little floating bit that says yes or no.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Then it came on this show and went, no.
No, I am not. No, not in any way, shape, or form.
No, we have to watch The Expanse after this because
oh yes,
that's the only thing to look forward to, especially after this week's episode.
Great for reminding me.
STD is about as good as The Expanse. No, not in any way, shape, or form.
No, The Expanse is it.
It's the only thing that's going to keep us sane through the rest of this crap.
Recognizer. Yeah. A recognizer. Do y'all feel dumber after watching this? I do.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah. I think brain cells were just flowing out my ears the whole time that the thing was on.
How do we even explain this episode? They found a Kelpian ship. in the middle of where the burn originated from. Now, up until now, we have all assumed, of course, that giving them too much credit, that the Federation was responsible in some way, shape, or form for the burn. They found a life form on this ship in the middle of this dense radiation cloud that would kill anything. But there's a life form on board.
Yeah, 125 years. Yeah, no big.
Yeah, 125-year-old life form. And it's a Kelpian, like Saru. Huh. So they make it into this after Book, Black Gandalf, does some magical flying in his ship, Shadowfax. And they're able to get the coordinates to beam the crew in, and they're gonna condition Black Discovery into the middle of this radiation cloud and transport the crew over.
And then book out of there quick.
And book out of there, yes. So that's how this episode begins. They transport Burnham. Of course, Burnham's got to go. Wouldn't be any fun without Burnham. Saru and the doctor, who I still don't know the name of. If anybody does remember, by all means, throw it in here. I just call him Stamets' wife.
I know his first name is Hugh.
Hugh.
What?
Okay.
Mushroom boy.
Mushroom boy. Yeah.
And they have a heartfelt tongue session right before they beam him over there, and he's like, "No, you can't go. No, I'm going, bitch."
Oh, don't forget to tell about Stamets telling off what's her face or they's imaginary friend there.
Dr. Feelgood. Sitting right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He literally turns away from her and is talking to thin air like, if this wasn't a funeral, I would beat you.
I'll give you a piece of my mind.
Okay. She's not out there floating somewhere. She's in their belly. You got a worm in your belly. She's in her belly, dude. She's not out there just floating around. You can't turn around and talk to the echo or whatever that's in the trill. It doesn't work that way.
No.
You talk.
Not only that, but the trill that is the echo is just so sad because she does not get to interact with the world like his friend.
There. Remember,
Yeah, there.
It's they. It's they. It's not he or she. It's they.
Yeah, I'm always going to get that wrong.
Gray is he, Adira is they. Even though
Really?
they both look like she. Yes.
Huh.
Yeah,
I thought the
Gray-
whole they them thing was for like all of the
No. Gray transitioned and is now a male. Adira is non-binary, so she prefers they.
How do
Oh, brother.
you remember that?
Right?
This is why Bird.
It's unfortunate.
Trek.
Why do I
One that
remember it?
stays
Is the better
sober out of all of
question.
us. That's
What I want to know is why does he even want to remember it?
Okay. See, I thought when they explained that they wanted to be known as they, them. I didn't know that it was Adira that wanted to be classified as a they, them, but the symbiote's fine with he, she.
yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a shitload of sense.
Did
Not.
I just like walk myself in a circle of confusion?
Adira
bit.
wants they.
Yeah.
Gray, the former host, wants he, even though he was born a she. And then the other hosts, like the Admiral, they presumably just want whatever, gender they were. but you don't usually talk to a previous host, so it would never really come up in conversation, except for the fact Gray is a ghost that only Adira can talk to for now.
I'll be
Still not quite, haven't figured that one out yet.
I'll
Well,
be
I
damned.
imagine next episode, Gray is going to magically come to life when Adira beams down to
Yep.
rescue
Yeah.
them.
For years, all of my friends have told me that Star Trek is confusing, and I have argued against that. I'm wrong.
Star Trek is not confusing. This is confusing. This is not Star Trek.
No, I don't know what this Drek is, but it's not Star Trek.
My mind has been shattered. Thank you, Bird.
Bird called it.
You're welcome. If anyone else needs help with pronouns, you can hire me at $99 an hour. And, I'll be happy to assist.
Oh my god!
Dr. Bird.
Bird. Bird is the word. Bird. Bird is the word. Bird. Oh, little Peter Griffin there. Have you guys heard
About the bird?
about the bird? Bird. Oh. Okay. So all pronouns aside, they beam in and suddenly they're not themselves. For whatever reason, Michael is now a Trill. Yes, Michael Burnham has now transitioned and become a Trill. The Doctor has Hugh, right? Hugh has transitioned and is now a Bajoran. And Saru is no longer a Kelpian. He has transitioned to becoming a human.
Yes.
Yep. Doug Jones without his makeup on.
Yep.
How much of a piss off is it that the actual Trill in this show doesn't have the Trill makeup, but Michael Burnham does? Just saying.
I think we should jump ahead here and explain why they look the way they do, because it makes the reason they look the way they do all the more stupid.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't mind. Look.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so a little later in the episode, first we find out they're beaming down into a giant holodeck. This whole holodeck has been set up because this child was left alone. It's to teach and raise the child and take care of and the child's 100+ years old now, mind you. But it was all set up a world just for him to wait until rescue came, whether that been a week, 6 weeks, a year, maybe 2 years. I don't think they ever intended it to be 125 years, but whatever. So this whole world is made up. Anyway, one of the other holograms says, this child is only used to seeing Federation species because that's all that's in this hologram. So we had to change your appearance so as not to scare the child.
Ugh.
So they change a Kelpian who is the same species as the child to a human. And then they change the two humans to Trill and Bajoran, even though humans and Kelpians were clearly part of the simulation before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why would the look of another Kelpian scare the child? It'd be the best one to have.
Yep.
Right?
If anything, you make them all look Kelpian. And you certainly don't change a human to something else and then change somebody else into a human. That's just stupid. Now
Yep.
I know this was just a nice day to give Doug Jones a chance to appear without makeup. I understand that. And fine, then make them all human.
Yep.
Then just make them all
they should have
human.
all been human, yeah.
It was just stupid. It was just so stupid.
Yeah, overlay skins. Yes, Colin P. Smith, you got it.
And even though they overlaid the skin, later, when they're getting sick from the radiation, for some reason that you can see.
Yeah.
That you can see. They didn't decide to overlay their gaping radiation burns. Those are still visible, even though there are giant holograms over them.
And we find out throughout this that the song everyone has been hearing is a Kelpian lullaby that Saru knows.
Oh yeah.
So why didn't he know it?
Why didn't he
What
know
the
it before?
Fuck, this started. Why didn't he go, oh, guys, I know what that song is. I just thought I was hearing it by myself. It's a Kelpian fucking lullaby.
Well, Saru held back a lot of stuff this episode. We found out he knew that Dr. Asha was pregnant, but decided not to tell anybody
Yeah.
Exactly.
till this
The doctor-
episode.
And the doctors didn't know.
Also, the doctors didn't know, right?
Yeah.
They've got a Kelpian captain, but they don't know Kelpian physiology.
Yeah. So apparently, if you're a pregnant Kelpian woman, you get red blotches on your skin that look like radiation burns.
That makes
But-
a lot of sense.
Well, yeah, this is just a complete clusterfuck.
Yeah, grade schoolers could write better. Segadorf 9, yes.
Now that's downgrading grade schoolers right there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you that.
They've got holodeck programs that are malfunctioning, that are error, and the even the holodeck programs are almost in a weird way sapient because or sentient. I said sapient, sentient because they're like, are you here? Are you really here? Are you here to save the child? Are you? And you're just like, okay, why would a holodeck program even act like that in any way, shape, or form?
I did like when they said, well, if you're not here for rescue, defense mode can be activated.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, we're here to rescue. We're here to rescue.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never did understand why when they beamed in, all of a sudden their communicators or whatever, their transporters, personal transporters, just disappeared and they couldn't access them anymore.
Made no sense.
And how did Adira know that and put that medicine in her mouth? How did she know any
that's a
of
big
that?
one. That's a big one. So at the end, Adira doesn't steal. She convinces Jet Reno to give her her badge so that she can beam. Because for some reason, Adira doesn't have a badge.
Yeah, why doesn't Adira have a badge?
And Booker doesn't have a badge, even though he had his own personal transporter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in this episode, he has to rely on Discovery's transporter.
yeah.
And for whatever reason, Adira doesn't have a badge. So she has to get the badge from Jet. She then beams to Book's ship, takes Book's radiation pill, kills, puts them in her mouth, because she knows when she beams down, she's probably going to turn into gray, is my guess. But she's going to turn into some
Yeah.
other species. And everything will be missing, but I'm sure she'll be able to spit it out. I mean, they will be able to spit it out, and it'll be the pills, which she or he or they magically knew to keep in their mouth, even though
Yeah.
nobody ever told them anything like that.
And Matthew Birkeland, I would love an Axel Braun STD.
I want to go back to Mark the Infinitely Tired's comment. I've been saying that since the beginning. This is like all along the Watchtower, looking for the 5 Cylons. That stupid song, whatever it is, that's going to lead us to what actually caused the burn.
Yep. And boy, does it.
Yeah.
And friends, it makes so much sense. I just can't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
So the name of the episode is Sukal, which turns out to be the name of the Kelpian who survived, which Saru finds when he finds like a painting the kid did when he was like 5 years old, and he had his name on it, Sukal. So that's where the name of the episode came from. It originally was called the Citadel, which would have, referred to this big fortress the kid kind of lives in the holodeck. Either would have been fine. Why they changed the name, God only knows.
Well, you mentioned that this episode was heavily edited, and I believe
Yeah.
that. Seeing what I've seen, I completely and totally believe that.
I'm guessing somebody else got the writing credit, so maybe they have to change the title or something. Because if it was the Citadel, maybe the original writer has to get credit. Now that it's Sukal, someone else can get credit. I don't know. But clearly, this episode was far more edited than any of the prior episodes this season. And that just scares me. Well, scares me. I don't really give a shit. But it scares me for the next couple episodes that if they had to make such a big change at this point in the season, what did they change? They're probably changing the entire outcome of the season.
Well, there was rumors that the final Cylon was going to be a small child named Grogu. But yeah, they had to change things, obviously, at the last minute because someone already did that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the back and forth between Osira and Tilly?
Oh. Yeah, shoot, Bird. I can't even remember the name of the damn syndicate that's after him.
The Emerald Chain.
the chain.
The Wicked Witch of the West, bad imitation. Yeah.
The Witch of the West, bad imitation. Who, as soon as she pooped on screen, I was like, da-dun, 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 da-dun. The Wicked Witch is back. Yeah, she has this just verbal. Okay, I've used the word verbal kung fu before. This was like fighting with chopsticks. Fighting with chopsticks. They're trying to make Tilly look, I don't know, but it ended up being like watching two-year-olds fight over a toy.
I know you are, but what am I?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you are,
exactly.
What am I? I know. Yeah, sticks and stones may break my bones. But
I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you.
Oh, no.
That's
We're talking
basically
about
what
Tilly.
Tilly said.
A
No, we're
19th
talking
century psychologist.
No, we're talking about Tilly here. So it's, I'm rubber, you're glue. Shut up or I'll sit on you. I mean, we're talking about Tilly, right? Jesus Christ.
She can certainly bounce.
Yeah, Tilly's bounce. The wonderful thing about Tilly's is Tilly's are wonderful things. The tops are made of the ribbon, the bottoms are made of the rubber. They're bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. Except they aren't. The most horrible thing about Tilly's is that there's probably more than one. We know there's more than one because we've got Captain Killy in the Mirror Universe. It was bad. The dialogue in this entire episode it makes me feel dumber for watching STD. I can see why Bird's brain exploded and just.
She basically tells.
Right now, Gene is cleaning up my brain.
Yeah, she basically tells the Emerald Girl that I'm not going to let you have this shit. I'll self-destruct it before I let that happen.
Yeah.
But she forgets to set the self-destruct.
Yeah.
No.
Whoops.
She forgets to set the self-destruct. She threatened to destroy the ship or self-destruct the ship. I believe were her exact words. Self-destruct the ship before she'll turn it over to you. And then they all come on board and take the ship and she doesn't blow up the ship.
No.
There's an episode of Voyager, and Bird may know the name of this episode. I don't remember names of Voyager episodes where those people that had the phage or the phage or whatever the phage threatened Voyager, and Janeway said, if you ever come near us again, I will hunt your people down and I will kill you all. And then like the very next episode, they take Valana and somebody else, and she doesn't do it. I completely lost. I thought Janeway was going to be a badass, and then I completely lost faith, because it's like, you don't make a threat like that and then you don't follow through. You're just a weak piece of shit.
Also, in all of this, the Emerald Chain somehow, just with a few scans, have figured out everything about the spore drive, a super secret technology. They know how to access it. They know everything about it.
And they know everything about the people on the ship, because she
Yep.
just, she just demolishes Tilly. It's a girl fight of epic proportions, of slap downs and who you are, that's what you are, but what am I? And yeah, it's just it's so.
I do think we're going to find out next week or the week after that there was a spy in the Federation
Yeah.
for the Emerald Chain, because they also knew all Federation codes. Like, they knew everything about the Federation. So I think it's pretty clear someone is a spy.
Someone sold him down the river. I didn't even catch that bird. Good call. But then again,
It'll be the Admiral.
I feel almost wholly inadequate watching these, because I guess I just expect a certain level of
Competence.
Yes. It's supposed to be Star Trek, right? That's what we're watching, right?
No.
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 No, it's not. Oh, okay. So let's get into the burn. Let's get into the burn before we get these. Give a rating for this Drek. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to pay our final respects to Star Trek, because the burn was the birthing cry of a Kelpian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who has been changed, I guess, on a subatomic level by all the radiation.
I will repeat myself.
Every time he screams and gets really, really scared, he sends out a pulse that fucks up all your dilithium.
I will say that again. When this Kelpian was born, when it tore itself from its mother's vajayjay and it cried for the first time, the birthing cry of a Kelpian destroyed all dilithium in the galaxy. Yes. Go ahead.
I'm not sure it was at birth.
Oh, I thought it like timed up. It was 100 and something years, and the burn happened 100 something years ago,
The
right?
burn happened 120 years. It was born 125 years. I think it was the first time it got scared as a child of the monster behind the door.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not. I could be wrong.
There is a monster in this.
Right. And when the child sees a monster, and the monster comes to the child, which is a hologram, and the scary monster comes after the child instinctively gives off this like "Rah!" that then travels all through the galaxy, destroying all dilithium.
Yeah.
And there was like a baby burn happened in this episode.
Mhm.
So they're like, oh
Mini
shit, if
burn.
he gets any angrier, it's gonna be a real burn.
And Kronos, a vajayjay is, if you look it up in the dictionary, vajayjay is the alternate name for the shithead that took over Star Trek and made the reboots and is responsible for this shit. That's what a vajayjay is. I didn't think that this show could disappoint me any more than it already had. Here we
Surprise!
are for weeks thinking that, oh, they're going to make it the Federation, and the Federation caused the burn, and the Vulcans felt like they got blamed for it, and that's why they left the Federation. And the Admiral knows more than he's telling. This is all a big setup to make the Federation, the bad guys. And our expectations were completely subverted by a child crying for its mother.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
instead, it was all incompetence.
Hold my beer.
God.
Go ahead, Bird. What were you gonna say?
I was saying it's all incompetent. Like we thought that I was attributing the behavior to being evil or bad, and it turns out it was all because the Federation was incompetent, Admiral Vance was incompetent, the Vulcans were incompetent, everybody was incompetent. And Michael Burnham showed up and said, "Oh, let's actually investigate the burn." Section 31, incompetent or doesn't exist.
I don't know.
We
Blast.
might have been giving them too much credit that there's a Section 31 still there.
This show is so dreadful.
I told you it was going to make perfect sense.
I'm completely and totally
Oh, and then they bring hentai into Star Trek.
tentacle.
Oh yeah.
Tentacle. They had hentai tentacles. It wrapped itself around the
Osiris ship had
Osiris ship. Tentacles come out of Osiris ship and violate Discovery. They go in through the shuttle bay in the rear. Because it's always open. It's always an open port, guys. Come on in. The door's open. The back door's always open.
I guess everybody knows all the codes because it has to be something like that. Bird must have called it because they're able to beam through shields into Discovery. So they had to know the codes for the shields to do that.
Oh, but I don't think so. I think they just didn't think about it. I really do. I don't think they
shields were down to 54%.
Yeah.
So maybe if they're under 60, they're beamable, but Tilly didn't know for some reason.
Because she's a freaking ensign?
Yeah.
Because they're all new to the 32nd century and they didn't decide maybe we could take one person on board to advise us of these things.
Oh, and they have cloak. Discovery can cloak.
Oh, yeah, they could have cloaked all
that's right.
ships. All Federation ships can cloak. And all enemy ships can cloak. Every ship can cloak.
Well, okay. I will give that this because I was thinking about that. If Romulus was destroyed, then the Treaty of Algernon doesn't exist anymore, and the Federation could develop cloaking technology. The only reason why the Federation could not develop cloaking technology was the Treaty of Algernon. They agreed.
No, it's fine. I don't have a problem with them having it. It makes sense. But it's the first we see it.
Yeah.
They just pulled it out of their ass. Completely, totally true. They just pulled that out of their ass. Not explained ever in any of these episodes that we've watched this season that, because we now have programmable matter, we can cloak. They never said anything about this.
Cloak would have sure fucking been useful, like on 15 of the missions they've done this year. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, we did see the cloak or whatever, a cloak field around the Federation headquarters. So they had some type of cloak, but
wouldn't they have phase cloaking now? I mean, the
you
Federation
would think, right? They were so close. They were so close to phase cloaking. You would think it would be standard by now.
Well, one of the in the book Ship of the Line, which probably has nothing to do with canon, the quantum torpedoes supposedly had a micro type phase cloak in the weapon system. That's why they were so powerful. Now, if you read through the technical manuals of Enterprise E, it says that the matter antimatter charges are in packets, and the explosion is directional. So you can fire right up next to a ship. You don't have to worry about blowback anymore, because when the quantum torpedo hits, it's like a shotgun blast of antimatter directly at the shields. That's why they're so dangerous. But yeah, anyway, you get into technical shit. But they're phase torpedoes is basically what quantum torpedoes were supposed to be in the
Loki. Those writers, they know nothing of that. They don't know
No,
stuff.
they haven't. They don't even know a technical manual exists.
1 + 1 is 6. Okay.
Fat Steven Seagal beat up CDPR with a $2 Canadian super chat says, "I'm going to cloak myself out of this Nut House series." I am right there with you. I am right there with you. And the way we do that is with a skull. Where's Death Blossom? Where's Death Blossom when we need it to take out STD? Thank you so very much, Fat Steven and Psycho Dwarf 9, and everybody else for keeping the hope fires burning bright this morning. Because yeah, we need it. Okay, so the Discovery's captured, everybody's taken. Tilly doesn't blow up the ship. Burnham and Book are off of the holodeck thing. Book goes after Burnham. What do you guys give this as a rating? Sam, we'll start with you and go around.
I can't. My brain is just, I'm with Bird. My brain is just fried. I don't know what the hell I watched.
Okay, so no score. Dave
No
Bob.
score.
Oh yeah, the one thing you forgot is the tentacles actually make it to where the Discovery can transport that Osiris's ship 10 times
Yes.
larger.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
And
Apparently, there's no limit to how big the ship can be when Discovery jumps. If you're touching Discovery, you jump with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And about that time, Michael shows up just a little bit too late. But
we also forgot that to get Stamets to do what they want,
oh yeah,
they put a thing like a crown on his head that reminded me of what they put on Spock's body and Spock's brain.
Yes.
To just remote control him. So they
Yeah.
put this thing on Stamets' head, and he immediately becomes just remote controllable.
And it's
So that's
funny.
how they got him to jump.
Before we ever watched this episode, ladies and gentlemen, Bird said that his brain was broken. I said, so this episode is worse than Spock's brain. And he said, oh yes, Loki. And it even has a callback to it. And yeah, they put a little crown on Stamets' head in it. And the resistance is futile. Isn't that what they said? Something like that.
yeah. But
It doesn't matter. He said, I'm not going to help you. He says, it doesn't matter what you want.
yeah, almost like a board callback, like resistance is futile. But getting back to the scores, we're going to have to go into negative territory here, folks. I'm going to give it a -10.
Wow.
Oh, shit. So
Damn, Dave Bob.
We have a -10 from Dave Bob. I never thought I would see the day where Dave Bob would go into negative numbers. We did episodes 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and now we have a -10. Holy shit! Rambling Canuck.
4 seconds to alcohol poisoning. Yeah, I think that'll work.
Bird.
My first thought was this was F word out of 10. But mulling it around, I do think we're going to still see worse this season.
Wow.
So realistically,
Loki's not here.
I'm going to go with a 2.
2. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to end. I'm just damn happy that I'm getting a vacation next week.
Boo! Boo!
Oh. I'm not going to give it a score. I'm not going to give a negative because I think negative points are too positive. For this episode, it was contrived. It made no sense. I am dumber for having watched it. I'm looking forward to Picard, and I fucking hated season 1 of Picard, and I'm now looking forward to Picard. Any episode you want to pick, even with the flowers devouring the Borg cube, is better than this episode. And I fucking hated Picard.
I'd agree.
I win.
When Canuck gets a win, and I get a win because I get to review Picard, and Canuck had to review this.
That's okay.
Oh shit. I will not be. Someone asked earlier. I think it was Colin P. Smith. I will not be streaming tonight. I will be streaming tomorrow night for Christmas Day. So Adega's taking the night off. I'm taking the night off tonight. It's Christmas Eve. I want us all to be able to spend time with family, with friends, with loved ones. And I will go live tomorrow night. We'll be going live tomorrow morning. So we'll do Mornings of Mischief tomorrow morning. We're going to review the entire season 2 of The Mandalorian, and talk about a good show, especially after this shit. So that'll be our final review of The Mandalorian. We reviewed each episode, but I would like to review season 2 as a whole. If any of you who watched it want to pop on and hang out tomorrow morning, you are more than welcome to. And I will be back tomorrow night. What are you guys doing anything over the next couple of days? Sam Joe?
I am entertaining, so I will have family around. I won't be on many streams except to pop on and say hello and Merry Christmas. I'm not sure if my broadcasting partner is broadcasting tomorrow morning. I have not spoken to her yet. I know she is busy with work. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay. Dave Bob.
Just going to be spending a little time with the family. Get to visit my mom.
Oh. Hell yeah. Canuck.
All right. Well, tonight we're on Rambling Canuck instead of History with R&R. One time I'll actually promote the other channel. Tonight we're doing Christmas Eve karaoke, 9:00 Central.
Hell yes. Hell yes. Might get on and sing some Christmas songs tonight. Bird?
Just doing on my normal schedule.
Okay.
And tomorrow, bed life, and I'll be around.
All right. Guys, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Deck the halls. STD can suck my balls. You guys have a great
Loki, why would you want anything? Why would you want that anywhere near you?
I don't. I don't. I wouldn't even let Michael Burnham go there. And you know what? I like Sonequa Martian Green.
Martian Green.
I liked her when
Nice
I
Freudian
was
slip.
The Walking Dead. And I completely fucking hate her now. This is horrible. The acting is horrible. Anyone involved with this needs to get out because it's just going to drag your career down. Thank you everyone for being here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, and we will catch you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Have a good one. Merry Christmas, all.
Kapla, Bird.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.